as we start pretty much all our lives now, as you know, people like to tune in even after it's already happened, which I kind of like. I understand it. At the same time, I'm not the type of person to do that unless it's a really old live and I'm trying to see what that content creator was up to. I don't know. Horrible way to start the live. I don't know what I was saying. But the point is, I'm starting to speak right now with 0 viewers and 0 likes because people like to come watch them later. I kind of did this live with no notice because this is the first time, and I didn't think I'd have the opportunity to do this today. But almost exactly 24 hours later, we are doing, for the first time ever on this channel's history, back-to-back lives. Like not the last thing I posted, but we just did a live yesterday, and I've never done one like back-to-back like this or in this amount of time. So it's actually pretty crazy in my mind that we are doing this at the moment, right? So yeah, I just started talking because I'm gonna talk right now so that way people can look back on the live as for some reason they do on my channel. I'll let some people come into the live, let the chat get going, and then we can start talking about wrestling, SummerSlam, all that stuff. Truthfully, I'm not trying to get my hopes up because the last few lives have been successful, and I don't know, this one could easily flop. Like, you never really know. But I've never done lives back to back like this, so let's hope it succeeds. Yeah, so let's talk a bit about SummerSlam. Actually, it might be better because the chat will take the conversation a bit off course, I feel like. So the highlight of SummerSlam for me is Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's return was absolutely crazy. I can't say I didn't expect it. If you go to my previous live, the one we just did yesterday, I think I predicted the exact scenario that Brock Lesnar returned in the sense of Brock Lesnar legitimately, it was John Cena lost the title or he won, whatever, but he's in the middle of the ring, and then Brock Lesnar comes out for Cena because it's Cena's farewell tour and they're rivals. So it's crazy how that worked out, but I think it was pretty good. Yeah. But no, Brock Lesnar's return was still shocking. Even though, like, I had a sense of it's going to be Brock or Rock, it was still pretty shocking to me. And I'm really excited to see what's going to happen next. I mean, pretty obviously, I feel like they're going to fight in Paris at the end of the month. I look like Benoit? That's crazy. I actually don't. I am Canadian, but I don't see the Benoit resemblance. What's up? What's up? Nice to see everyone coming into chat so abruptly. Leave a like. We'll get more people. I think Brock versus Cena at WrestleMania. Here's the thing. Brock Lesnar versus John Cena at Mania is such a long wait. Like, I do think it's a Mania caliber match, but John's going to be retired by then. So, what's my rating on SummerSlam? Overall, let's see. I rated night 1, I think, like a 7 or an 8. That might have even been a little generous, but truthfully, I think SummerSlam night 2 was better than night 1, and it really amped it up. Overall, I'll give SummerSlam like an 8 or 9 out of 10 because it had its weak points, but it had very strong points too. That main event with Cena and Cody might be Cena's best match since coming back for his retirement run, in my opinion. Let's see. Hello, friend. What's up? I'm trying to keep up. Bro, do you think Roman Reigns will challenge Seth for the World Heavyweight title? Maybe one day. That's like a WrestleMania match. But at the same time, Roman's only got a few years left. And Roman versus Seth just seems like something that has to happen at Mania. But then Roman versus Braun is also something that could be huge. I could also see Braun Breaker turning on Seth and being the one to take it off of him. You never know. You really never know. What are those weak points? Okay, yeah, fair enough. I will talk about that. So, for me, I guess the weak points, like, what's a good example? I don't know why I'm blanking here. I don't know. I was expecting Tiffany and Jade to go on a little longer. I think that's all I had to say, but there was also just no substance to the story there. It was still a really good match, but, like, I feel like some of them definitely weren't as good as I expected it to be. But I'm not here to really complain about that. I think every match delivered in its own way. We didn't have any bad matches. It's just, if I'm going to give something a 10 out of 10, it has to be, like, like pretty much almost everything was great, like or perfect. You know what I'm saying? And that's really, really, really rare to feel like this whole pay-per-view is absolutely slapping. Um, how tall am I? Very short. I'll say that. I'm I'm very short. Um, Solo and Fatu match was so short and average. The steel cage matches lately, actually, in my opinion, have been like under delivering for me. Like Punk versus Seth was pretty good. I'll give them that. But then Damian versus Drew, in my opinion, didn't like deliver as much as I thought it would. Fatu versus Solo might have been a little better, but still, like, I don't know. The cage matches just haven't felt as special lately, which is crazy. But I think that it's not a problem. We had so many other great matches on the card. I don't like to say this too often, but we got 15 people in here, and we only have one like people. If we want more, yeah, there we go. If we want more people in this chat to make it more live, and I'll start interacting with it a little more, get those likes up. Get those likes up. And I'm a YouTube content creator about wrestling under 2,000 subscribers. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. We have 1,900 something. We're on the road to 2K. I'm trying to reach it by the end of the year. Realistically, we could maybe reach it by the end of the summer. So if you subscribe, you can be a part of that. And if we somehow make it like as a big YouTube channel where y'all are all OGs, I will 100% remember that. All right, let's get back to that. Feeling bad for Cross, I absolutely agree. I don't even get me started. Karrion Kross, that Sami Zayn did not need that win. I love Sami, I do, but Sami Zayn did not need to win that match. He really did not. And if that was Cross's last match, I'm livid because if a guy is getting cheered, okay, off of a 5-second backstage segment, gets a huge pop for it, there's potential there. You gotta really invest in that. And I feel like even if you want to say, okay, Cross was in this SummerSlam story, he got cheered heavily. People were invested. It had a lot of substance to stories compared to Jade and Tiffany. There was actually a story there of Sami being injured, Cross wanting something for. It was a proper story. I will get back to the chat in a second because I see people saying, hey, bro. But no, Karrion Kross needed that win. Every time it's time for like a big win to validate Cross, they don't give it to him. And I think that's the biggest thing making him feel not like the big star he could be is his win-loss ratio. And that's all on the booking, respectfully. All right, let's catch up with the chat real quick because we're moving fast, but I appreciate it. Hey, bro, is Brock Lesnar's return really shocking for you? You already know that this could happen? Funny thing is, I was on stream yesterday, and I don't normally go on stream this frequently, but considering I probably will be going on more frequently. First ever back-to-back one now. But I put a wild idea out there, and I said Brock Lesnar could enter the ring with Cody and John in there, like celebrating, having respect no matter who wins or whatever. Brock can come out for Cena. I thought of it, but I said at the end of it, that's in some wild timeline or some ultimate swerve, because I thought Rock was honestly, I expected a Cody heel turn more than I expected a Brock return. But I did throw the idea out there yesterday. I'm probably going to try to find that moment and put it into a short to kind of see if I really did call it. So stay tuned for that. And yeah. Sorry. Hi, I asked you about Brock Lesnar's return. It's happened. I really shout when Brock Lesnar's music hit. Yeah, no, Brock Lesnar's... We were talking in the chat yesterday about how Brock Lesnar's return was possible. It was actually a conversation, but I was just like... I could see it, but at the same time, the ending of like Brock shaking Cody's hand, I'm like, that's a pretty valid ending there. Like, if that's Brock's career, then that's not the worst ending, but he's back. And the funny thing is, 4 years ago at SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar returned after John Cena lost a world title match, and he attacked John Cena. Like, this was off camera, but he attacked John Cena. 4 years later, the same thing happens. So it's crazy to see, but you know, personally, if Brock's name is cleared and all that stuff, all those allegation things, I'm happy to see him back. I'd assume so. Either that or they really don't care. But, you know, I don't like allegation stuff is not my thing. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the fact Brock Lesnar is back. Yeah, 47 people and 14 likes. Wow, that's pretty good. Let's see if we can increase that. Maybe I don't know how the subscriber count is gonna look after this, but if y'all want to subscribe to the channel, help us reach 2,000 before the end of the year, maybe even the end of the summer. Like we're chilling. I hope so. Do you think Seth Rollins? Sorry, guys. Do you think Seth Rollins or Bobby Lashley is taller? I think Bobby might be slightly taller. I might be wrong though. What's up, Tech Education? No Cross got a book deal with WWE that WWE endorsed. If he was leaving, they would have buried it. Maybe, yeah. If WWE's Cross good, he would be a better face than Cody. Cross isn't meant to be a face, though. Like, he's meant to kind of be right, but he's not meant to be a face. You know what I mean? It's like when Bray Wyatt as The Fiend was getting cheered against Randy Orton. Maybe he was the face in that story, but you can't even really consider him the face. He's the Fiend. He's the freaking Fiend. Right? So, like, he's, like, pure evil. So, even if he's in the right, he's not the babyface. Cena said he wanted to face Brock. Yeah, I actually just read, I read that Triple H said that. I didn't watch the press conference last night, but I heard that Triple H did say Cena requested it. And honestly, that's fair. So, Brock might just be back for Cena and then leave again. Who knows? I kind of hope that's not it. Who's offended Brock is back? Probably quite a bit of people. Personally, for me, I feel like if something, I don't know, it's not really my place to talk about, but I feel like if something crazy got confirmed, then 100% Brock Lesnar doesn't belong in WWE. But if nothing crazy is confirmed, then I can understand them bringing him back, especially for Cena. So we will see, because there's a lot of rumors, but we don't know what's real and what's not at this point. So that's not our place to say. We're wrestling fans. We're here to watch the product and not to ignore all that stuff. But yeah, no, you guys get what I mean. I'm not trying to ignore that stuff, but I'm just trying to say from the perspective of I don't really know what's going on with that, and I'm just trying to enjoy wrestling. And after show, people were chanting Cross, but Triple H ignored it and said they were cheering for Brock. I saw that clip. That makes me even more annoyed, okay? At first, I will admit, at first it sounded like people were chanting Brock. Like, for, like, the first 2 seconds, I'm like, they are chanting Brock. And then it developed, I feel like, into Cross when people got louder. So I might be wrong about that, but it ended with being chants for Cross, and then everyone played it off like, yeah, Brock Lesnar, really, everyone's really excited. So, yeah. That's just, no, like, that's, OTC 1, yeah, Roman Reigns had a very good reign, in my opinion. Do you think Seth Rollins, yeah, I don't know about that. We got some Jey Uso fans. Do you think, why do we keep asking? Yeah, the allegations are clear. If so, perfect, Brock, like, I'm happy to have Brock back. Brock is back for Naomi's title. Yo, there's such a big, like, meme that Cody Rhodes is black because of, like, some speech he gave, I think, in AEW. So, the fact that, like, for all the people online that call him Cody Raheem Rhodes, if Brock faces Cody for the title, my goodness. We're not going to hear the end of that. Because Brock has beaten, like, every black champion at this point in WWE. At least for the world title, like this one. Let me get, okay. The reason he lost the title is because he's probably gonna, okay, I'm trying to catch up, hold on. Cross should have won this year's Money in the Bank. I could see the argument for that, honestly, but, I don't think Seth needed to win it. Like, I feel like if they were gonna do anything with LA Knight, this was the time, but I don't know. Do I think after Cena, Brock will go against Seth's faction? That is something I was actually discussing with my family, and they were just like, oh, Paul Heyman's there. Seth has a world title. What if Brock doesn't succeed with Cena? Well, Brock finishes off with Cena and then goes to Seth. That would be a nice continuation to Brock Lesnar being in WWE, if I do say so myself, right? So, honestly, I don't mind it. Come on, 56 people. We can get that like button up. If you're here, hit the like. Let them know you're here. Let them know you're here. And subscribe if you want. I'm not going to try to harp on that, but you know the deal. It's YouTube. We need to see Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. We were supposed to get that, I think, at Mania 40 before all the allegations initially dropped. Also, Brock versus Dom, which I was actually really excited for. Because Brock Lesnar, Dominic Mysterio, that would have just been hilarious. So, yeah, I wanted Liv Morgan to return. Love her matches. Yeah, Liv Morgan's injury is just so unfortunate. I was looking forward to her versus Nikki Bella at Evolution. I'm upset that that story got cut. Brock versus Gunther at WrestleMania 42. I do kind of want that now. If Brock's back, give us Gunther versus Brock. You know what? If someone's gonna retire Brock in the next few years, let it be Gunther, or Braun Breaker. Someone like those are just the top 2 contenders for like Goldberg, Brock, all this stuff. I really hope WrestleMania. Yeah, I wish Cody versus Drew. It would be epic. Did that match happen? Cody versus Drew. I feel like Cody and Drew have been on separate teams and like tag team matches, but have they ever actually fought one-on-one? I don't think so. That actually would be a good match. Intercontinental Championship match fell short of my expectations. Which one? Dominic and AJ or Becky and Lyra? Because personally, Becky and Lyra was probably one of my favorite matches at SummerSlam. You can say what you want about it. Some people think it went on too long. I kind of just like the story they told about with it. I don't know. It was a good match in my opinion. I don't understand though for this reason, and you guys can tell me your opinion on this or not, right? I feel like all of the stipulation matches with weapons for some reason all went to the same day. Like yesterday we basically had no stipulations, and then not yesterday. Saturday we had no stipulations pretty much, and then on Sunday we had a steel cage match, like two different, like a TLC match, a no DQ match, a triple threat match, a street fight. So like it felt like Extreme Rules 2022 where they made every match like have a stipulation other than like AJ versus Dom all over again. So Brock Lesnar versus Dominic Mysterio would be a good match to see. Yeah, I feel like that would be a fun story. Want to hear a little theory, guys? Doomer, give it to us. Do you know superstar Billy Graham? I do know of him. I don't know him personally, that's for sure. Cody Rhodes just heel? Cody Rhodes was actually more of the heel in that match. I will say that. He was. I'm going to put this like on my lap, I guess. Do you think the 4th man will be MJF? I might be slow, but 4th man of what? MJF, I think, has a contract with AEW till 2029. So, unfortunately, no. I don't think MJF will be the 4th man. Brock's return was epic. Yeah, even in the moment, like, it was an awesome return. I posted a short saying, like, I thought I'd never see the day. And I truthfully, though I did kind of, like, again, though I did yesterday's stream kind of say, you know what? Brock Lesnar returning, it could happen. I was still, like, in a bit of doubt. I'm just like, yeah, I could see it. But, like, at the same time, very unlikely. So, I still didn't think I'd really see the day. I put it out there, but I didn't really truthfully fully believe it. Cody versus Seth, WrestleMania 42. You know? I don't know. Like, Cody and Seth fought, like, 3 times. I'm down to see them fight again in the future, but I feel like I want to... Next time I see Cody versus Seth, I don't know. Like, Cody should be revisiting a lot more feuds when he's a heel, if that happens. But I will say this. Cody Rhodes being a heel... Hold on. Doomer said he wanted a theory, so here's his theory. Seth and friends celebrate tonight. Oh, no, I gotta read that theory. Seth and friends celebrate tonight. Punk attacks them, and he gets beaten up. Sammy comes out for help, but he also gets beaten up. LA Knight comes out for the save. Face-to-face with Seth, and they hug. Oh. Honestly, not the worst idea. At this point, LA Knight's crowd, like, LA Knight is feeling stale as a babyface when he's not getting, like, the push he deserves. So, and he did great heel work in NXT with Cameron Grimes and all that. So, you make LA Knight a heel, I do not mind it at all. I honestly do not mind when I hear some heels getting cheered. I don't. It does not. Like, it's kind of cool to see. Seth's 4th man is Brock Lesnar. I don't think so. That would be shocking, but Brock Lesnar is not a guy who would have a leader. Respectfully, Brock Lesnar is not a person that is led. Brock Lesnar would go in there, try to destroy all three of them in the ring, even Paul, so all four of them. So that's just who Brock Lesnar is. Yeah, let's see what we got. When Cena came from the entrance with Cody on his shoulders, it was so freaking awesome. Yeah, no, I was, what do you call it? I was surprised with that spot. I expected there to be cameras to go back in the, what do you call it? I expected the cameras to go under the stage or something to show them fighting backstage. It was so funny, but also so cool to just see Cena with the in AA position, just hold him on his shoulders. Honestly, probably would have made the moment cooler is if he AA'd him off the stage. That would have been crazy. That's like my only nitpick from that entire match, though, honestly. Undertaker or Cena or Randy. I don't know what we're talking about there, but those are three arguable Mount Rushmore wrestlers. The Fiend or Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns. I don't know if we're talking about my opinion or like who should be where or what. I don't know. I'm going to go down. Braun might be one of the tallest 6 foots I've ever seen. What is the future of Randy Orton? Randy Orton is fine. I will say that easily. Randy Orton is not a guy you really need to be concerned about. This guy is a legend, and I think now that Cody Rhodes has the world title again, I'll tell you the future of Randy Orton. I'll tell you the future of Cody Rhodes, matter of fact. And I made this prediction on not the last live I did, but the live before that where I like opened up the spinner belt. I made a prediction that I'm going to say it now. I'm going to add to this prediction. So my prediction that day, and I stick with it, is there's two outcomes. There's two potential outcomes for what Cody Rhodes' future for WrestleMania will be. Number one, now that he has the title back, this is my add-on. Randy Orton will turn on not CM Punk. Randy Orton will turn on Cody Rhodes sometime like early next year, and we're going to get Cody versus Randy, right? Like bring back the legend killer Randy Orton. You know what I'm saying? Or option two, since Triple H is into his long-term storytelling, I remember that promo where CM Punk said, I'm going to be a good friend. I'm going to stab you in the front. So, if Cody Rhodes holds it till WrestleMania, CM Punk being a heel, like will turn heel on Cody Rhodes and face off against him at WrestleMania. I could see that happening too. It's one of the two is definitely happening for Cody Rhodes. If not, I don't know what they're talking about in the writing room in WWE. I think Seth versus Cena versus Lesnar will be repeated. Do you know what the only difference will be? I don't know what the only difference would be, but I do know that is from Royal Rumble 2015. So, and it was probably the best match of that year. So, I think fourth member of Seth's faction will be Ricky Saints. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Another one I'll throw out there, if he's ready, Ethan Page wouldn't be bad either, in my opinion. Austin Theory just got turned. Austin Theory is kind of a face now. The way they handled that story was so stupid, but so Austin Theory is kind of ruled out. How much was my belt? People were asking me this yesterday too. So this belt was gifted to me. So I don't know exactly how much it was, but from my assumption, it was a couple $100 based off research I did. So, Solo Sakura, the Reaper plays, someone I'm very familiar with on this platform. We've collaborated a few times. He's actually a good friend of mine. Solo Sikoa is probably his favorite wrestler right now, so get ready for some glazing to happen in these comment sections from him. The only difference is Heyman is on Seth's side. Oh, yeah. I should have known that, but that is cool. That is cool. In Survivor Series, it could be MFT versus Braun versus Seth versus Bronson, or Judgment Day versus MFT. I want to see Cena in War Games, especially based off what he did to in the street fight. I want Cena to have a team in War Games. No. That is what I see. Seth Rollins' faction will face something. Okay, let me cook for a second. Hold on, people. I have a vision. I sound like Seth Rollins right now, but I have a vision. Hear me out. So, Seth Rollins, will definitely add to his faction like 2 more people, at least temporarily, for War Games. Because he will have to go to War Games, okay? The team that opposes him will consist of Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Penta, LA Knight, and John Cena. I'm calling it now. Early prediction. Based off the rivals he has right now. That can change within the next few months, but that's what they've been building. Bro cooked and gave us food poisoning. That's crazy. I thought that... It's a random team, but, like, honestly, it works. I heard a championship from WWE shop to India because it's 70,000 million. Oh, wow. Zilla Fatu comes to WWE and joins Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso, and they all destroy MFT. That would be a nice thing to see. Honestly, I'm down. I've been waiting for Zilla to come for over a year. I've been waiting for Zilla as long as I've been waiting for Jacob. And I think Zilla's in TNA now, so it's going to be quite the wait. Zilla and Lance are bound to be in WWE. I'm not going to lie, though. Tala Tonga's first match, I don't know if he's done better work on the independent scene or in New Japan if he was there. But that match was... not the best on SmackDown. Not the best start. I'll give him a chance, but that wasn't... I expected a little more. I don't know why. Claymore might be my favorite finisher. Honestly, it's up there for me, too. I love the Claymore. I don't know how to describe it. It's just awesome. I really wanted to see Cena versus Edge in the retirement match, but it's not possible now. Yeah, Cena versus Edge would have been great. I do kind of... like, I wish that he didn't go to... AEW, partially. I am happy because I did get to see his last match live against Sheamus on SmackDown, but I still do wish he was here for because Edge versus Cena would have been awesome. Here's one thing I will say. As much as I love Cena as a face, as a baby face, right? Cena's heel turn was cut short incredibly because the way I see it is this. There was so much more to build off of that. Like, and you can disagree, and that's fine. You can say if you agree or disagree in the comments. That's what it's meant for. But John Cena, I was there for his heel turn live, and I'm very grateful for it. It's probably my favorite moment I've ever seen in wrestling live. And it's not even close. So for the heel run to kind of just be abruptly ended, like, if you're going to end it soon, fair, but at least give it like a build up to the ending. I feel like it was so rushed once they figured out Brock was coming back or something. But I'm just sad. Like, it just makes me a bit upset because I'm like, wow. 93 people are here, but 32 are liking. If you are enjoying this stream, or if you're active and not a bot, let them know you're here by liking the stream. Let them know. Yeah. Cena versus Batista. Batista is not coming back. And he lost a lot of muscle, I think. Because he's just like, he kind of just admitted he can't stick to that workout routine anymore. So I don't think he's ever returning to the ring, unfortunately. Wouldn't have been mad to see it, but it would have. But it's not happening. Being realistic. How big is Batista? Oh my gosh. I know what that ends with. Bro, SummerSlam was crazy. I agree. I might have enjoyed SummerSlam a little more than I enjoyed Mania this year. I can't even lie. Cena versus AJ should happen one last time. Yeah, I agree. I'm afraid that it's not going to deliver like it did in 2017 and 2016, though. But at the same time, you can't walk in with that expectation. I'm going to go out and say it like this. At this moment, I truly believe that Cena's best match will either be the one we just saw at SummerSlam, as you could see him mouthing, "That's the best I've got," or his last or his best match of his run will be his retirement match. But if it's flooded with ads on Saturday night's main event, we are absolutely cooked. How is the best Roman? Who's the best Roman Reigns or The Fiend? Roman has left. Okay. Roman is going to go down in history as a more iconic wrestler, a more legendary wrestler, and on many more people's Mount Rushmores. But I personally prefer The Fiend. That's one of my favorite characters of all time. But the Tribal Chief is also one of my favorite characters of all time. I don't know. The Fiend, that run from Bray was just something special, and he was my favorite wrestler at that time. Like, from 2019 all the way up till his passing, he was my favorite wrestler. So, yeah, I think Roman was my favorite wrestler after that, like in 2023. So, they're very close for me, but Bray takes the cake on that one. I can't even lie. R.I.P. to Bray Wyatt. I can't believe it's almost been 2 years since we lost him. Reaper's hopping off. He's gonna make a YT short. P.S. Roman sucks. He's a Roman hater. But yeah, I'll be looking out for that short. And I do want to say, we normally do predictions for big pay-per-view events, me and the Reaper plays, but we just didn't get around to it. But I've still tried to be semi-consistent with this channel with lives and shorts. Haven't been the last week or so, but we're back on track since yesterday. Number one match for Lesnar, one match for AJ, one match for Gunther, one match for Austin Theory. 12 appearances and 4 matches left. Oh, shoot. 12 appearances and 4 matches. That's crazy. Okay, so realistically, if we actually have 4 matches left, let's talk about what those would be, okay? So Cena versus Brock, I think, would be in Paris. War Games match, retirement match. And if I had to choose, so retirement match would not be against someone that he's faced in the past. It would be against a newer guy. I'd say probably Gunther will get that opportunity. If he has to face one more person one more time, give me AJ. And then that's his run. It's sad to think that before Christmas, he's going to be gone. But, yeah, like, this year is really going to feel conclusive. I actually really understand that now. 2025, when it's coming to an end, you're going to really notice it because Cena's going to leave. Then it's going to be the holidays. Then it's going to be New Year's. Like, Cena leaving is kind of like that first sign of like, oh, wow, yeah, this year's coming to an end this year. You know? Like, Brock Lesnar's return. Yeah, that was awesome. I can't even lie. Crown Jewel. Shoot. I don't know what he's going to do. Can I just say, I'm upset that Riyadh is getting Royal Rumble. I just am. As a Canadian, I'm very, very disappointed that it seems like we're not getting any big events next year. That's for sure. I thought we were bound to because we just got Cena's return. So I'm like, okay, they're going to give us like a big 4 pay-per-view next year. That's awesome. But it doesn't look like it. Because we got SummerSlam in Minnesota next year, WrestleMania back in Vegas, and Riyadh, I think, is getting the Rumble. And Survivor Series is all right. Like, I don't mind it. It's a hit or miss thing, but SummerSlam, Mania, and Rumble ultimately feel bigger to me. It just does. You were a WWE fan but left when you realized it was all fake. I feel like a big reason I was able to stick around with WWE a lot is because early on, like, I feel like within my first 2 weeks of watching wrestling, though my family says it's not true, I remember pretty much knowing at least within the first 2 months, like, I think my grandfather told me, yeah, it's fake. I still liked it. I was 9 years old, and I was still hyped to see all of that happening. Like, I just liked it. Like, and I've never turned back, honestly. I don't think there's ever been a period in time, too, where I've willingly stopped watching wrestling, truthfully. Like, I don't think I've ever stopped watching wrestling since I started. And I hope I never stop watching wrestling. It's just a great form of entertainment. So much of my life has been revolved around wrestling. And truthfully, that's why this channel is so special to me, because the truth is there's not many people I know in person that actually like wrestling at least as much as I do, like share that passion. They'll know of it, they'll kind of be interested, but they won't have this type of burning passion for wrestling that I do. So with that being said, this channel is so I can reach out to people like you guys who actually share that passion for WWE, for pro wrestling. And that's what this channel is so special to me. That's why this channel is so special to me. So I'm really happy to see this. My family members also used to say that, but I kept seeing it for a whole 12 years later. Yeah, honestly, I feel like as long as you're not spending your whole childhood thinking it's real, and then they just drop a bombshell on you like, hey, it's fake, it doesn't kill the magic for you, because it never, like, I as long as I've been watching wrestling, I've pretty much known, okay, it's fake, but I still like it. If you're just in it and part of the reason you love it is because, like, it's real, and it being fake takes away from that magic, that's where you would lose your love for it. So I do really get annoyed when people say it's fake, right? Because it's like a never-ending TV show where it's like, yeah, it's kind of a sport, but at the same time, it's like very story-driven. Hold on a second, people. You can hear my voice. I'll be right back. Yep. Chat's been active. I'm gonna read it again. WWE did not do the press conference because of Brock Lesnar to avoid the case questions. WWE did do a post show after SummerSlam Night 2. But Brock Lesnar wasn't on the press conference, but even before the allegations, Brock was never on the press conference. So if it were a person that used to be on press conferences that isn't now, I'd understand it. But Brock's just not a press conference guy. The Fiend passed away last week. No, he did not. I wish he had more time in his life, but the Fiend passed away August 24th, 2023, and that is a sad reality. The only right time for Cena to turn heel I considered was after WrestleMania 28. That's fair. I feel like he would have had a more proper heel run. Now that, I can't believe I'm saying this, but now that Cena's heel run is all set and done, the biggest thing to come out of that heel run was easily the moment he turned heel. That upsets me because I was there for the moment he turned heel, and I was like, this run has potential to be crazy. And now I feel like people are going to devalue and not look at that moment he turned heel as a big deal anymore because of what the run itself was. And it makes me upset because the moment was huge. And I still think that it's huge that it even happened. But, so yeah, I will never take away. I think that still is one of the best, or like one of the most shocking moments in wrestling of all time. Probably my favorite. But the follow-up wasn't the best. But that moment easily, yeah, I'll never take away from that. And I hope people don't either. Our truth and your feelings are the same on your favorite superstar. John Cena is an elite wrestler, man. Like, maybe not in terms of his in-ring work, but what he's John Cena. You know how it works. John Cena, man. I'm just going to grab a sip of water. I'll be right back. So keep commenting. I will be 2 seconds. Maybe not 2 seconds, but you get the point. You can hear me, probably. Okay. Yeah. The standouts for SummerSlam last night, though, were definitely Cody and John, and then Becky and Lyra. The rest of the matches were pretty good, but I thought those delivered the best. Yeah. So, I want to kind of keep this in the frame so when people, like if people are scrolling on shorts and this live pops up, they kind of know what it's about. How can I keep this in the frame? I don't want it to be on my lap, you know what I'm saying? Where can I even put this? Who knows? That's good. Yeah. What am I expecting from Raw? Okay, I'll say this. Today's Raw really has to deliver for me. Like, I actually have high expectations for this week's Raw because we just got Brock Lesnar's return. As much as I want him to be there on Raw, I don't think it's going to happen, but hopefully it does. Cena, I hope, is at least on Raw. So, what I'm expecting from Raw is Brock and Cena. Bayley and Lyra are going to increase their rivalry. Like, that's going to continue to elevate. Excuse me. What else? Naomi's gonna cut a promo. Stephanie Vaquer's gonna come out. They're gonna build to Paris. This is an unpopular opinion. Like, this is a very unpopular opinion, and I didn't know about sharing it, but there's not many wrestlers I dislike. I will be very honest with you. There's not many wrestlers I dislike, but thus far, it's like Stephanie Vaquer just hasn't done it for me. She just hasn't. I feel like like, I haven't seen enough character from her, truthfully. That's just how it is for me. Like, you guys can comment down below how you feel about her, but I just, like, she's not bad in the ring, but she's just not for me. Like, I don't know what to say. Stephanie Vaquer, not like, I hope Naomi retains. I just don't really see the hype. If she had a bit more character, I feel like I'd appreciate her work a little more, but right now, people kind of just appreciate the appearance and the devil's kiss. And in my opinion, that move, if you're a simp, I guess that move really appeases people. So it is what it is. But let's see the comments when I was saying that. John's hero run was bad, at no payoff, and they scrapped the Rock story. Had Lesnar come out for the belt, it would be high. Had Lesnar came out for the belt, this is CM Punk. He's not done. Yeah, I don't know. That all I'll say is that run could have been better. I definitely don't like that. Cena will be on Raw only on September 15th. Oh my gosh, man. I don't know about Brock. If Cena's not there, then let Brock be there. I don't know what to say. Maybe a Brock and Heyman segment of some sort. Like, but that wouldn't really make sense. I don't know. Seth cashed in for the World Heavyweight Championship. It was an awesome moment. Yeah, that was an awesome moment. Truthfully, I don't know what to say about Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins cashing in is an awesome moment. I'm just more hyped around, like, what Cena and Brock will be doing. I feel like this run is about to pick up. I'm not even going to lie. Though I was really invested in what Cena was doing as a heel, it ended so abruptly. I think I'm going to enjoy this next half of his run better. I genuinely do. It's already off to a bit of a better start. Bayley versus Lyra going to War Games. I could see it, but I feel like they might fight in Paris. I don't know. I was expecting Bayley to full-fledged turn heel last night on Lyra. I just was. Drew's title reign was longer than CM Punk. I was talking about that yesterday, actually. And it's only by, like, the difference of, like, 40 or something seconds. Drew McIntyre's already been dragging it online, but karma's real. You see Jacob Fatu moving on from Solo and going for a world title picture now? Not yet. But it's inevitable. It is. If the writers know what they're doing, it's inevitable. No Cody and no Cena promos and no Roman. They will be absent. Oh, no. Oh, no. This Raw needs something. I'm still hyped to see what Bayley and Lyra are going to do. Lyra has actually been probably... For me, Lyra Valkyria might be the breakout star this year. Yeah, if Brock shows up, it could be good. I don't know. But SmackDown is going to probably cook. What keeps on? Okay. Go smoke some weed. You will know. You need it. Nah, no, I don't smoke weed over here. That's for sure. I don't plan to do that either. That's for sure. Trying to limit my sinful activities. Absolutely limit them. Praise Jesus. It's 1 a.m. here in India, and I'm watching you live. I appreciate that. Mad respect for that. Also, though, make sure what do you call it? I'm not trying to be a parent saying make sure to get some sleep. I'm not asleep when it's 1 a.m. in my country, so what am I to say? I appreciate you watching, though. Hello, friend. Hello. Straight Edge. Straight Edge. CM Punk is I don't know the context of that, but I love the straight edge CM Punk gimmick, the straight edge society, all that. Oh yeah, no, I am straight edge actually. I kind of just realized it. I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't do any of that. Yeah, exactly. No, I am straight edge. I'm just not bald, and I don't plan to do that either. Um, is Logan Paul in the War Games? I don't think Logan Paul's ever been in War Games, but he definitely should be one day. Honestly, if Seth really wants to be a heel, put Logan in your faction for that one time. It would just make Seth look like a hypocrite and a scumbag, but truthfully, is that not what his character is meant to be at the moment, to an extent? Logan in War Games would go crazy, though. I will admit that. 100%. Yeah. SummerSlam last night. Awesome event. Awesome event. 33 people in the chat. Only 39. There's more likes than there are people. But if you haven't liked, leave a like. Let them know you're here. And we're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Trying to reach it before the end of the year. We could reach it before the end of the summer. Subscribe to the channel if you like it. Small content creator. I'm trying to be more consistent. At least post shorts pretty often. Doing lives more often, definitely. And yeah, we got a video coming out soon with me and where my brother plays me 1 second of a WWE theme song. If I guess it right, I get money. If he guesses it wrong, no, if I guess it wrong, he gets money. So that's gonna be a fun video coming out soon. I kind of paused. I had it planned, like we filmed that 2 weeks ago. I just paused editing on that because I lost my consistency. But we're back. We're back. It'll come soon. Where's Sheamus? We missed that fella and his kick. He's been on Raw doing stuff with Rusev, but I really wish that him and Rusev got a spot on SummerSlam. They kind of deserved it. I feel like it would have elevated them both. Sheamus just been putting on bangers on Raw. I respect it. The thing that makes me sad, though, is in 2021, it seemed like we were so close to having one last Sheamus world title reign. Now, it doesn't look like it's happening. Like, it looks like Sheamus will never gain that one last world title reign, but I hope he wins the IC title before he retires. And I don't know when that is, but yeah. What's up, Harsh? Yeah, Roman should go back to SmackDown. Roman is a SmackDown guy. Roman is a SmackDown guy, that's for sure. LA Knight's another guy who I think is a SmackDown guy, though he should definitely go to Raw eventually. I actually want to talk about this. The WWE Draft. WWE Draft would be something that would be amazing to do a stream on with you guys, where you guys can tell me who you want to move brands, but hopefully this October or something, we get a WWE Draft. And unlike 2024, it actually shakes things up a bit because, okay, there's definitely people that still want to see remain on SmackDown and remain on Raw, but last draft was horrible. Like, it barely shook anything up, in my opinion. There were a few drastic changes, but I feel like overall, they've slowly over time kind of just brought in a lot of newer people and then kind of just slowly switched people in and out of different brands. So it's just like you could have done that during the draft, you know? Melo being a first-round draft pick and not being used properly, though, was crazy. Roman was the best heel. I wouldn't say of all time, but Roman was a very good heel. He was. Do you think the world title picture is too crowded compared to mid-card? That's a good question. The weird thing is, okay, I need to think about what the mid-card title division looks like. World title picture. Let's look at, okay, the world title picture right now is pretty much CM Punk, Roman Reigns, technically kind of, Jey Uso, seemingly Penta, Braun Breaker, all that stuff. Mid-card. Who is even in the mid-card championship picture? The mid-card title picture on SmackDown is looking all right. I feel like it's lacking a few people, but like right now it's doing fine. The US title picture, who's holding? No, the IC title picture with Dom. That is looking a little more on the drier side. It is. So I guess you could say so. I guess the world title picture has a little more too many people than it needs to, and the IC title division's kind of lacking. The US Championship division kind of just there. undisputed title picture is, well, it just was Cena's past rival, so I didn't really count it for much. But now that's kind of something I'm excited to see who Cody's gonna fight from now on. AJ won at SummerSlam. I don't think. I mean, did he technically? I'm trying to figure it out. Did he actually have the match won? I can't remember. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I wasn't paying attention for most of that match. No disrespect. My whole family, like, we just had family over and we were all hyped to see Cena versus Rhodes, and we were behind. Is Lesnar a part of Cody's big heel plan? I don't think so. I feel like Brock and Lesnar have wrestled for the last time they have. I don't think after that handshake, Brock should go after Cody ever again. If anything, if Brock's going to be a good guy and team with anyone, it would make sense. But Brock's also not a team player. Hold on. Yeah, Brock just isn't a team guy. Okay. We are back. I feel like I can bring this a little closer, you know. Yeah, that's just a lot better. I'm going to sit on my couch comfortably with the title right there. Yeah, this is a lot better for me. Bring this even closer. So, in WWE Unreal, Punk was the guy who planned the Elimination Chamber match ending. I'm not even going to lie, I didn't finish the Elimination Chamber episode, but I'm okay with that being spoiled, but that's actually pretty cool. The ending was actually really nice, I can't even lie. What's up? Huh? What are you having? I'd say maybe try like 245.
Yeah, because I feel like phase 2 long.
Or do casserole twice or something like that.
Twice? That's 6.
No,
Yeah.
It goes down if you hit it wrong. Yo, my brother was trying to do something. I was helping him out. Sorry about that. That was funny. Brock probably only has a few matches left. I'm surprised he's even back, but yeah. I think the big money match is Brock versus Gunther. I think Brock Lesnar is going to... Let's look at the matches Brock actually has left to fight. So Brock versus Cena one last time. Brock versus... What do you call it? Yeah, Brock versus Gunther. Probably Brock versus Seth. Or Braun Breaker. I don't know. One of the two. I want Brock versus Dominic. Somehow give that to us. And I think that's it.
Here's my problem. I feel like...
Oh, my brother, who is not a wrestling fan, but knows pretty much all about it because I watch it all the time, is about to pitch in on Brock Lesnar.
Gunther is getting too big of a push a bit too early. Because if he's going to retire Goldberg, Lesnar, and Cena, that's doing way too much, bro.
Here's the thing, bro. I don't think it's like too early. Gunther's in his prime at this point.
Yeah, but I feel like he shouldn't retire Cena. I agree with Brock, but not Cena.
Who do you think should retire Cena? We gotta get the
I genuinely don't know. I feel like Fatu could be a good idea, maybe.
I don't know if he's there yet, though. Like, I wouldn't mind Fatu versus Cena, but, like, yeah. Brother reveal. Oh, you weren't on for last stream when he was here. You want to come?
Reveal?
Yeah, you want to show up? You
Reveal?
want to pull up on the stream?
Whoa.
He will be in the next video, by the way, or one of the next few videos when we have money on the line.
Hi.
This is Nico. I would say subscribe to his channel, but he deleted all his videos and says he's
Get out!
And he swears he's gonna post soon. So,
How did this happen, yo?
I don't know. Yeah, so that's Nico. Basically, what I think is, I think Gunther isn't a bad person to retire. See, I feel like out of all the options I've heard, he might be the best.
The roster is kind of lacking, like, some newer people who are getting big pushes, in my opinion.
I think, here's my thing. If Melo was used right, he would have been perfect.
Yeah.
If Melo was used right, Melo would need to have some crazy push for these next few months, and then maybe he can retire Cena. Maybe. That's a wild take, but we want Melo trending on Twitter, so, or X, whatever. I could see, like, it could if Melo goes crazy these next few months, Melo, yeah, that'd be good. Brock could go on a rampage. Honestly, I would not mind that. Yeah.
I feel like Cena's retirement opponent is probably like already decided with like Triple H and stuff.
But I feel like the rumor has been they decided with Gunther.
Yeah, but like
I can't be mad at that though. Like I don't know if he should retire Brock, but I mean, he has to fight Brock, but does he have to retire? I don't mind him retiring Brock and Cena. I actually don't.
And Goldberg.
Is Goldberg really retired though? Or is he gonna...
Assuming he is. We're assuming he is.
Well, someone loves the RKO in here. Cena should win his retirement match. Here's the thing. Part of me agrees, but if you know Cena, you know damn well he's going out on his back. He is not going out, going over. Like, that's just not who he is. Like, he's all about coming back, helping the business. He's not letting him... He let himself... He thought that Austin Theory's push was bound to fail about where it was going at the moment, but still put him over at WrestleMania. There's no way he wins.
The only way I see John Cena winning is if he feuds with The Rock over, like, because he's, like, face now, and then he beats The Rock.
Yeah, no, that's the only case. I want to actually see that. As much as it's like would be the third time in a lifetime.
Twice in a lifetime.
The final boss versus John Cena.
The final time.
But at the same time, I can't see The Rock fighting at Saturday night's main event. Unless they're trying to pull the craziest television numbers they have in years. Yeah, have Brock go on a weekly destruction path, not the worst idea. Rock is a fraud. I mean, I thought this guy was going to show up at SummerSlam. I'm surprised he didn't. But there's a rumor, and it makes me so upset. There's a rumor that The Rock is not going to come back to WWE until 2027. Mind you, it is August 5th, 2025. So...
We're never getting Rock versus Roman.
We're never... Yo... We're never getting Rock versus Roman, are we? Okay, whoever's... Cena's bald spot versus someone that has a bald spot. That's what Legend Harris says. What are your thoughts on that one?
I don't know, bro.
I don't know. What about El Grande Universe? What do you know? Wait, what does that say? WDYT. Why don't you? What do you think about about El Grande Universe? The El Grande Americanos of the world have actually been pretty entertaining, in my opinion. Oh, you're Frankie. Nice to see you. Okay, I also appreciate that you got my name spelled correctly. Thank you. Because not many people actually do that, but it is what it is. Cena's bald spot is gone now. Did he go to Turkey to get some, like, hair fixture or something? I don't know. I think that's something that happened. I got voices in your head. They come, they understand, they talk to me. You got the wrong lyrics, my friend, but that's what you got. But you also, I guess you have voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. They talk to... Yeah, hair transplant. I thought so, too. Nice to see you on this stream, too. First ever back-to-back stream I've done. Probably not the last at this point. I sound like Triple H by saying all this, but we once again broke our record for most successful stream on the Unmatchable One channel. Thank you all, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. I want to get that done by the end of the year, but we could actually get it done before August ends at this rate. So subscribe if you want. I'm not forcing you. I need Cena to get demolished by Lesnar this SmackDown. Then Austin Theory hyping up his childhood hero to take down the Beast. Remember, like, Edge hyped Cena for Extreme Rules 2012? Yeah, honestly, not the worst idea. Not the worst idea. I kind of like that. And then it just goes to show how good an Edge versus Cena promo could have been if Edge sticked around. You sub. Thank you, Legend Harris. I greatly appreciate that. Well, welcome to the channel community. I want Cena Buzz haircut back. You see, when he was a heel, I kind of liked that he didn't have the Buzz haircut. Because I'm like, okay, this is how you remember heel Cena. He has the longer hair, right? But now that he's back to being a face, I wouldn't mind it. But at the same time, I can't be upset if he doesn't have the Buzz back. Theory's injured. I didn't think that was legit at first, but I guess it is. Back of the couch said hi. Oh, this title isn't really showing. Like, not to flex it, but that way people who are scrolling kind of see that we're about wrestling right here. Yeah. Hello, Josiah, I believe is how you say that. Yeah, I hope I got that right. Yeah, no, this is... SummerSlam's been really... SummerSlam this year delivered for me, I think. The last few years have been a little for me. I feel like since 2021... No, 2022's was alright, but this SummerSlam was probably my favorite one in years. Brock Lesnar is... I feel like I know what that's supposed to say. Truthfully, I don't know. Some people are saying it's been cleared. Some people are saying it's confirmed. Some people are saying whatever. I don't know. Best PLE of the year overall. What would I... So, if SummerSlam, in your opinion, is the best PLE overall, I can't blame you. For me, but, like, if you're asking for my opinion, I would have to say it's either SummerSlam, or because I was there, there's bias towards it, but also, like, it was a crazy event. Like, all the matches pretty much delivered, except for one, maybe. Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber is probably my favorite pay-per-view this year. Slight bias there, but I also think it delivered on all ends. Kevin and Sammy. Cena's heel turn. The Elimination Chamber match for the men and the women. The Tiffany Stratton match is the only one that was kind of, like, a little filler, but even then... It was fun to watch. Jay defeating Cody, you think? No, I don't think so. I unfortunately don't think Jey Uso will ever become a world champion again. I don't know why. I just feel like they cut his reign so short, and they've kind of... I don't know what to think. I don't know. I could see him actually becoming a world champion one more time, but... I don't know. I have a feeling that with the draft, they might bring the Usos back together. When he turns heel. You know, I actually thought about this. If Jimmy Uso didn't use it already or take it for himself in 2023, Jay making his gimmick no yeet would have been a million times bigger if Jay turned heel and started just saying no yeet. You know, like, it would have been a million times bigger than what Jimmy did with it. Finish this line. Am I ready? I'm ready. Sure. Let's finish the line, people. See you tomorrow. See you. I'm very happy you were on the stream. Are you older or younger? I'm the oldest. Why was Cardi B the host of SummerSlam? I don't know. She wasn't even there for night 2. It was viral moment, I guess. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. I know I didn't finish it. I just recited it, but... Yeah. You can clip that if you want, you know. Yeah. Where do you think Brock Lesnar will fight? Clash in Paris is most likely where he's going to fight Cena. I know that. Hardy and Dudley Boyz at SummerSlam. Hardy surprised me. I won't lie. The Hardys definitely surprised me, but I know they do want to come back to WWE to finish their career. I wouldn't mind that. And I think that's got to be soon, right? So, but yeah, I'm glad that they showed them off and that they were there. It's nice to see Hardys and Dudleys back. Cena kicking out of 3 Crossroads was very shocking. I thought it was shocking too at the same time, part of me kind of expected them to like absolutely to be like the closest thing to Super Cena we've seen in a minute. So I was shocked, but at the same time, so like it's the same thing with Brock. I was shocked that it happened, but part of me could have expected. You know what I'm saying? Am I a big fan of WWE? Yeah, I am. I am. That is why this is here. That's actually what this channel is all about. So if you like WWE, this might be the channel for you. We need a Finn push. Don't even get me started. This guy has been long overdue. I'm a bigger fan of Night 2 crush Night 1. Yeah, no. With like flying colors. Night 2 demolish Night 1 easily. Holy yeah, you're right. Brock will probably attack Cena and Punk will stare Cena down. Brock versus Punk one more time would be really nice, actually. I want to mention that. What if Brock Lesnar's in WrestleMania 42? See you tomorrow. The Jey Uso Glazer. If you subscribe to the channel, I'll see you a lot more often. Make yourself present in comments, all that stuff. Nice seeing you. Night 2 ticket prices were higher. Do they typically do that with all events that WWE does? I've never actually looked up prices for like a Night 1, Night 2 type thing. But if it was higher, hopefully not too much higher, they got their money's worth. Becky versus Lyra was the best women's match on SummerSlam. I 100% agree. Dare I say, was my second favorite match at SummerSlam, period. Cena, it goes Cena, Cody, and then Becky, Lyra. That's my top two right there. I have NWO Hulk Hogan. That's nice. Ooh, so, okay. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. I think Cena versus Rhodes has reached its conclusion of a feud after last night. Yeah. What does BBT mean exactly? I'm blanking. What does BBT mean? Ooh, so, yeah. All right, you know. I'm just seeing what the chat's saying. If Evolution goes yearly, which PLE should it replace? Good question, good question.
Saturday Night Main Event.
That's not even a PLE. That's a show. I would say so if it wasn't a PLE. There's probably a bunch of no-name pay-per-views I'm forgetting about now. But, like, I like stuff like Bad Blood. I hope that's annual, like a replacement for Hell in a Cell in October. Maybe Crown Jewel. Like, you know... Okay, yeah, Crown Jewel with the consideration that Night of Champions is already there in Saudi. So, like, yeah, Crown Jewel, I guess. Even though Hogan said the N-word, I am black and I still respect him. If you respect Hulk Hogan, like, people who respect Hulk Hogan, I can understand that. People who don't, I can also understand. I said this yesterday on my stream, but no matter what, you can't deny the impact the guy's had on pro wrestling, his character, and he helped put it on the map. So
I feel like King of the Ring has like slowly lost its credibility.
The thing I don't like about King of the Ring is it feels like some of the like the go to SummerSlam thing can be so forced.
Yeah.
Like last year they did it well with Nia winning and facing Bayley. Made sense. It was who won it last year? Who won it last year? Gunther won it last year. No, that made sense too. This year, I feel like Jade winning made sense, but there was no story with it. So, like, that's what I'm saying.
You gotta get rid of King of the Ring, bro, or I just make it good again.
I slightly miss when people would use it as their gimmicks, but at the same time, that was a make or break for their character. Nia Jax did it well. I'll give it to her. I don't like King of the Ring. That's honestly fair. I have mixed emotions about it. It can be done right or done wrong.
Maybe just make it a pay-per-view where it's like not every year, but it's more like every 2 years, every like 3 years or something, you know?
Yeah. Oh, whoops. Yeah, again, there's a love and hate for Hulk Hogan in this comment section, too. Truthfully, I respect both sides of it. I can't blame either one of you. I'm not going to sit here to defend him, nor will I sit here and bash him. That's where I'm at. I don't know him personally as a person, so I can't say I can't really say much about that, in my opinion. I'm not really one to judge. Dark Side of the Ring explains a lot of him. Yeah. I haven't really watched Dark Side of the Ring. I don't know if I want to, but I don't look at Saturday Night's main event as a pay-per-view either. I like Saturday Night's main event. I like Saturday Night's main event when it's used to like build stories, you know? But when it's there to completely go off of a different story and then just interferes with building another one for SummerSlam, which I feel happened in many instances this year, it just feels like so forced, you know what I'm saying? Like Gunther versus Punk could have been built up further using Saturday Night's main event if Goldberg wasn't retiring and all that. I think that's the type of event that I'd like to see maybe just like once or twice in like the winter or something, and then just leave it for the rest of the year. If you win the Crown Jewel title, it is the most pointless title because you will keep it for one day. It's kind of just like treated like a trophy. And in my opinion, it's just like, I don't know, like Cody versus Gunther could have been saved for such a better story or a better moment, but it does feel so filler because like after that it has almost no relevance. So I agree with that. Best scene could have been done if he would have Brock had shaken Cena's hand and kick his nuts to turn him heel off. Just faking it. Honestly, I was thinking Cena potentially could swerve. Part of me kind of wished it did happen that way, but like to an extent, because I would actually be a bit more interested to see a heel Cena versus Brock. I would. CM Punk's match was just like Drew McIntyre. World title, same kind of match. I understand what you're saying, yeah. Hey, do you think they should put Raw back on USA? I like Netflix. I like having like pretty much no ads. I do kind of hate when you see like the countdown of like it will return in this amount of time and you still see the action because you're like, okay, well, you know that the next few minutes we're not getting a conclusion to this match even when you're having your falls. But who should they put against Julia to make the US title viable? Oh, that division is fried. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like the biggest thing I'll say is they took the title off of Chelsea Green way too soon. Like that, like she's still doing the character that she would have with the title, but she's not holding the title. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. This is the why we need a draft right now. Because there's probably more women's mid-card contenders, and even there in that division still. That's why Becky Lynch, I'm happy, is in that division. She's elevating that championship, but what exactly? You know what I'm saying? U.S. Bayley, IC Becky. I do think the U.S. title does need someone like at the caliber of a Bayley or a Becky to elevate it like Becky's been doing the IC title. I think Becky should hold that Intercontinental Championship. You know what? This is going to be a very hot take. And the take probably will change, so you guys can flame me for it if you want. If Becky Lynch holds the IC Championship until WrestleMania and has someone of high caliber be built up and take it off of her, I wouldn't be mad, because then that championship is elevated to a high level. And Becky Lynch can do a lot. Asuka is someone I wouldn't mind in the mid-card women's title division at this moment. I feel like they just dropped the ball with releasing people like Dakota Kai and Cora Jade because they could have been great contenders. Becky Lynch is too skinny. I said this before. Roman has 3 years left in WWE until he retires, so he should have one last championship run. Nico, do you think Roman Reigns should have one last championship run? Run? Holy.
I don't know, because I feel like, here's the thing. Maybe a tag title run with like Jay or Jimmy, but like for sure not a world title run, because it's not going to top what just happened with him, and like I see no point then, you know?
Actually, truthfully, I would not be mad to see Roman hold a world title one last time for a short period of time. But I'm satisfied if we've seen the final Roman Reigns championship run. Just don't make him be doing mid-card work, please. Like,
He just leave.
I think it's hard for me to accept right now that we just saw Roman Reigns dominate the last 4 years, and now we're about to see this guy start putting over talent that we would have destroyed just a few years ago. Not even, just like last year. Will I be live later? Not later today, but we'll go. I'm trying to go live more often this summer and just generally. So yeah, subscribe with notifications on and stick around, I guess. Yeah, I don't know why they couldn't have just... you know what? If they made... See, Bayley being a special guest referee for Lyra versus Becky would have been a nice idea. But at the same time, I love how the match turned out so much last night that I'm not even mad. And I'm glad Bayley was included. But it would be an interesting concept, I agree. He's like Undertaker in his last years currently. Yeah, I feel like obviously he can wrestle better than The Undertaker did in his last years because he's younger, much younger. But yeah, Roman Reigns. I just hope they don't do what they did with Cena before he came for his retirement run, where this man was literally just coming back to put everybody over. And so that way when people beat him, it wasn't as special because you knew. Like, Cena was on a losing streak for a solid, 4 years. So it wasn't super impressive when he came back and lost. Brock coming back was insane, I agree. But yeah, Bronson Reed farted and Paul Heyman ran away with his J. That's crazy. Would you do streams after Raw and SmackDown? I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes I don't even watch Raw and SmackDown live. Like, I wait an hour or half an hour. That way I can fast forward through stuff I don't find interesting. But I don't know. Like, it would depend on the time, the setting. Because I kind of like doing it when it's, I don't know. The best way I could put it is when there's other people, when my house, when other people are doing other things in my house and, my house is just busier. I don't like going live, you know what I'm saying? Right now, it's kind of cool, calm, and collected. Just, chill, kind of quiet. That's when I like to do my lives. It feels wrong to not watch it live. I understand that. I try to watch it live. But, SmackDown, I don't like sitting through every, 10-15 minutes the do. I don't know if you guys get that same thing. Where it's just, there'll be insert, basic lobby music. And this is what you see for the next few minutes. Three minutes straight. I hate that. I hate it. So, at least with SmackDown, I don't like catching it live, and I like kind of catching up near the end. Or, it actually catches up to being live before it's over, but because it just skips through those ads automatically. Yup, wrestler emoting on top of it. Yeah. You just get that, if they did that for Raw too, you'd be seeing that, like... You know? So, you guys are about, like... Funny thing is, in the description of this live, and it will be posted later too, I have a subreddit, like most wrestling content creators do. Never done a video on it. Yeah, like, if you guys start clipping this stuff and posting it to the Reddit, I might start reacting to the Reddit. Yeah, but
You gotta clip you doing.
I've unwillingly said some questionable things, not like controversial, just like things that are out of context, I guess you could say, in videos and on live. So,
Is bro clip farming?
not intentionally. Let me see. It might just be me, but Roman Reigns to me just feels far better as a face. I know when he gets him, says as a face. Truthfully, Roman as a face, I genuinely was like, I don't know how they're gonna make Roman Reigns feel as good and relevant after he loses, like, the title, but they did it with ease. The OTC character has been phenomenal. I do.
OTC won.
My favorite content creator, BDE or Vibe. Those two got, like, the obviously BDE's in the group Vibe, but those two would be my favorite. Santi is actually a favorite of mine at the moment. The Great One is an underrated one, so shout out to him. But basically, I've actually met Brandon and Jaren twice. And then the first time I met them, it was kind of just like they were crowded, and I just said, hey, can I have a photo? Sure. Picture, fist bump, that was it. But at Elimination Chamber, after Cena's heel turn, when I thought the night couldn't get any better, we were exiting, okay? I'm telling this story now. We were exiting, okay? This is a story about Vibe. We were exiting, me and my dad. I see Vibe doing, like, doing a yeet motion or, like, talking loudly. I noticed them. So I, like, not sprint over, like, I jog over there, and I jog in, and they're, like, in a circle formation. So I run over there. I say, hey, guys, I'm so sorry to interrupt. I look at who they're talking to. It is my best, like, it is one of my closest friends who also makes wrestling content. His name is Kai Savage. Kai is in the middle there. He's meeting Vibe as I go over there. So me and him see each other. We do our handshake. We have a handshake. It's crazy. We start jumping up and down because we're so hyped. I'm like, out of the entire Rogers Center, Sky Dome, whatever, we found each other in front of both of our favorite content creators. And it's insane. So we're doing the whole, like, handshake. These guys are looking at us crazy. Like, aren't we, like, the famous people here? So they just start jumping up and cheering without knowing what's going on. Like, simultaneously. I tell you how they act in their videos is exactly how they act in real life. But they straight up talked to us for, like, 20 minutes after the show. We hung out. We basically hung out for a bit in that arena after the show. Brandon, actually, fun fact, if you're a BDE fan, his original YouTube name 10 years ago was E-Trauma. So he was talking to my friend Kai, who's a YouTuber as well. Kai is younger than me, but he's like, hey, I'm really trying to make it. And Brandon was saying, oh, yeah, I know at your age, I was like, if this is how you are at your age, at that age, I was at this level, like, I was nowhere near that level. So I commented, I'm like, yeah, he was E-Trauma back then. And then AM looked at me, he's like, did you hear what this guy just said? And Brandon's like, you just said E-Trauma, he dabbed me up and pulled me in, like, for a hug aggressively, bro. It was so much fun. Like, not aggressively, but, like, hyped up dab up. So, yeah. Basically, I will get back to the chat in a second, but Brandon and all of them were awesome. We have a group photo. It's on my Instagram, so my brother is about to put the Instagram handle, put like that, a dash, and then put Micah's Insta tag. if that's okay.
Wait, can't you just pin it?
Yeah, I will pin the comment of my Instagram handle. But to conclude that story, these guys were awesome. Like, Vibe is awesome. I'm glad I met them. Got to hang out with them the night of Cena's heel turn. Pretty much like a chill hangout. And it just... That night was a dream to me, man. It was a dream. So, Vibe... Like, I'll conclude the story now because not everyone knows, but... Those guys were awesome. Absolutely awesome. And I kind of started a little bit of an argument between AM and Jaren about who's the better Draft Wars champion, but it is what it is. Like, it was a fun argument. It was a fun argument. But yeah, if you want to see that type of photo, like, if you want to see the group photo over there and know who Kai Savage is and all that, like, I even got a bit of a video of, like, look who's around me. They're hyping me up. That's my Instagram tag, so... Right, my Instagram handle, so you can follow me there if you want for stuff like that. I'm done talking about Vibe, but that was awesome. Shout out to all of them. They're inspirations to my content, 100%. Awesome people, too. So, the J Uso Glazer, I'm sorry I haven't been reading these comments. Is it possible to add you to the live? I don't know if it's possible to add you at the moment, and in the most respectful way possible. I don't like adding people that I don't, like, know personally. So, you know what? Maybe over the course of time, if, like, I see you in other lives in my comment section and stuff like that, if I do another live, I'll be like, you know what? You've been around. I'll add you. But at this rate, right now, not just yet. Not just yet. As I wish I could, but I just, you know, comfort.
I don't even think you can on YouTube.
You can go live together, like, if you restart the entire live, but I'm not trying to do that. I sub, man, but you good. All right, I look forward to seeing you around then. Thank you for being on the live. We could figure something out. Later. Would you want to win the tag team TLC match? Truthfully, anybody except for Andrade and Rey Fenix, because that tag team just started. Part of me wanted the Wyatt, was like, okay, the Wyatts just won this. It would be cruel to take it off them this quickly. So part of me was like, probably the Wyatts should win, is what I thought. But truthfully, anyone. The Street Profits are my favorite tag team, but they just had a title run, so I was like, yeah, they're not winning, but it is what it is. It was a fun match. In Unreal, Triple H said Roman isn't heel or babyface, so taking away Paul too from him would have hurt him pretty bad. Yeah, Roman Reigns DIY has actually grown on me heavily. Like, I started appreciating DIY, I think, around the Royal Rumble is when I really started appreciating them. This year, Royal Rumble, because I didn't see their NXT work, RIP. But I did see the heel turn. It was pretty cool. But no, DIY's grown on me a lot, and I really like what they're doing. And I kind of came to the conclusion that Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa probably aren't going to be the best singles competitors. This is the best they'll do, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying what they're doing. Who's my WWE crush?
Why do you get this question every stream?
I don't, like, in a sense, crush for anyone. Like, oh my goodness, I'm obsessed with these people. But,
every stream, bro.
Bro. I don't know. Anyways.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. You know what? I'll do this. I'm gonna make it. Oh shoot! Wow, we're almost at 50 likes. I was about to set a standard.
Like a like goal.
Yeah, I was about to set a like goal and said that if you reach a like goal, I'll give you my WWE like crushes, if you want to say.
This is so dumb.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb. I don't know about that. Nah, today we don't reveal. It's not that deep, but like.
It really is, but like, you know.
I'm not. It's not. Nah, it's not like I'm one of those Rhea simps that like. Okay, I told this story yesterday. I'm telling it again. It's the funniest thing. Okay, non-wrestling.
Here we go again.
My friends. I have friends that are non-wrestling fans. All right. I have friends that are non-wrestling fans. Okay. And they will be sending me reels on Instagram. Since I mentioned Instagram, my Insta username is the pinned comment. They will send me reels of Instagram of Stephanie Vaquer doing the Devil's Kiss or just Rhea Ripley thirst edits. They are not wrestling fans. This just comes on their feed because I don't know why. And they will send these reels to me in all caps saying, I love wrestling. It's hilarious, but at the same time, come on, man. This is not the plot. This is not the plot. All right. Yeah, that's real reels. Yeah, Rhea and Stephanie Vaquer reels. So, man. Who's your GOAT of pro wrestling? I feel like it's gonna change. I'm conflicted, but I'd say for me it might be Undertaker. Might be like the streak. He's had some awesome matches. His character work. Maybe not the greatest promos, but Undertaker overall, I feel like is everything a WWE superstar is. My crush is not Omos. I will say they're a female. Honestly, well, let's look. Some of you were sharing. Lita or Alexa Bliss? Alexa Bliss is valid. Undertaker has always been my GOAT of WWE. Undertaker, I feel like that's one of the most valid answers you could give. There are many valid answers, but yeah. Roman is your favorite? Truthfully, again, Roman Reigns probably the greatest of this generation. Like, and when I say this generation, I mean this decade. Because I know everyone's about to start saying, but Cena. Cena's been hasn't been
the GOAT of the Paul Levesque era.
He's the GOAT of the Paul Levesque era.
Yeah.
People will start saying Cody for that. Watch it.
Nah, Roman's still better.
I believe in Joe Hendry, so do we. Does this house believe in Joe Hendry?
We believe in Roman Reigns.
My brother believes in Roman Reigns. I believe in...
That's what we do over here.
I believe in Joe Hendry. I acknowledge Roman Reigns. Want to collab? Again, it's just one thing that can't just happen like on the fly, you know, but you know what? Truthfully, this is what I'll propose to you, Jey Uso Glazer. That's the name. That's the username.
Yeah.
Okay. So, my Instagram handle is pinned on the you can take a screenshot of it. My Insta handle is pinned. If you have Instagram, follow me there. I'll follow you back. I'm gonna see what you're about. I'll look at your content, and there's a high chance it's a no because I don't know you personally, but we can see. We can see. I'm not gonna rule it out completely. Went from London to Paris to Tokyo, America, Scotland, Canada, and Mexico. They say I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Hold on. It's gonna meme forever, but you know what I'm saying? Like not air guitar, like title guitar, you know? Can we collab in a few years? If you're still around, like, no, that sounds... Yo! Well, I was about to say, if you're still around in a few years, like, no, you're not, I'm not talking about that in, like, life terms. Like, if I still, like, if you're still on the streams and, like, if your account is still, like, if you're basically still around for the channel in a few years, sure. You don't have Insta? Oh, shoot, that's not... This might not work out then, but we'll see. I'll still check out your content. I'll give you that promise. But if you do have Insta, everybody, my Insta handle is the pinned comment from NTR, which is my brother. Wave your hands from side to side and say, I believe in Joe Hendry. Charlie Barr says Stephanie is a baddie, and Goldberg too, or Gilbert too. You got my brother.
Yo, chat, clip that. Micah calls Goldberg a baddie.
I was reading a comment.
Chat, clip that. Post it in the subreddit.
I was reading a comment. The subreddit is pinned down below, but no, not pinned. The subreddit is in the description, but I did that is not my thoughts. All right, where is Joe Hendry? Yeah, probably I don't know where he's been actually. I've actually seen some of Karma's work. She was at that time. All right, y'all, I gotta go eat something. That's the very honest truth. And we talked a lot about SummerSlam. I think we've peaked in our numbers today. If you haven't liked the stream, like it up right now. Let's see if we can get this to 50 likes. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'm if you want to, of course. I am a YouTube channel under 2,000 subscribers. I want to reach this by the end of the year, maybe by the end of the summer. We're very close. So if you subscribe, big things could happen for this channel, you know? You'll shout me out on my vids. I'm Micah, also known as the Unmatchable One. I don't know who I was feeling like giving myself that type of name, but it was a few years ago. Leave me alone, and now it's iconic because Simply Better AM shouted me out with that name because I asked him to. Not in his video. I got him to do a short with me. Go to WWE YouTuber. That might be you probably talking about AM. Or me. I don't know. No, I'm not. What the heck? No. Are you talking about AM or me? Because AM is a go-to WWE YouTuber. Simply Better AM. You're Simply Better King. But no, I appreciate. Who's your WWE male crush?
Bro, what? Is it Goldberg?
If this was a Q&A, I would be putting that sound effect of the what?
Is it Goldberg? Yo, Micah, is it Goldberg?
Someone believes in Joe Mama. What the heck is going on? Am I getting the Penta figure? I will probably get a Penta figure. I have quite the figure collection, and we were talking about maybe doing a stream on that yesterday's stream, but
soon,
a
whole
maybe.
thing about the figures?
Yeah, maybe.
Stream?
Yeah.
I feel like that would work better as maybe a free K sub special or something.
Zero. You know.
You hear it?
I'm hitting all the emotes today, but
Micah?
yeah, if you haven't liked the stream yet, please do so. I'll try to wrap this up now. I'm a small content creator under 2,000 subscribers. Yeah, I hope we can reach that. If you want to help out by subscribing and enjoyed what you saw today, do so. And yeah, honestly, there's not much to say, so I'll answer a few more questions and then I'm dipping now. I'm gonna eat some food because I'm hungry. I had a small snack before hopping on here, but wow, am I hungry. Is Penta breakout star of the year? Arguably, in my personal opinion, probably Lyra Valkyria, but Penta second. Gilbert is the GOAT. Gilbert is what Charlie Barr says. Someone's about to cut that last part out. Brock is zesty? Is Brock Lesnar zesty?
I mean, one could argue.
Let's do this. Goldberg is going to AEW. Honestly, if he does, I'll be very honest. I probably won't watch a single thing of it. Who you think's winning Crown Jewels? I don't know. Respectfully, in the most respectful way, I also kind of don't care about Crown Jewel.
When is Goldberg
I'll still watch it, but
against Ryback, bro?
Goldberg versus Ryback is not a match I really care to see.
But it needs to happen.
All right.
Feed him more.
My phone. I remember one time in a community post a few years ago, I was bored and I'm like, you guys want me to drop a diss track on Ryback? And most people actually wanted that to happen.
So are we doing it or is this not a thing?
I'm not dropping a diss track on Ryback.
No Ryback diss?
No. All right, so that being said, I want to thank you all for coming on the stream, and I'll I'll answer a few more. Nope, I'm not answering that question. Never mind. A diss track on Ryback would be awesome. Oh, I think I put the idea out there and now people want to see it. Shoot. Y'all, I don't know if I can do... You know what? I'll make a deal with everyone right now, okay? There's 16 people on here. Maybe some people will revisit it. If Ryback ever does anything that, if somehow, like, let's say somehow, in some weird reality, I become a popular wrestling content creator, and Ryback disses me or does something like insults me, anything like that, you have my word, I will respond. Even if it's not a diss track, I will do something. I will most likely do. You have my word from now. But yeah, as for me, I want to thank everyone who's came on the live. I think this is the most successful live I've done. I think I keep saying that, but I'm happy to see the growth of the channel. More lives will be coming soon, so if you like what you've been seeing, please subscribe. Bye, Legend Harris. You've been awesome. Truthfully, I hope you've all subscribed if you've enjoyed it, so I can see you guys in more comment sections, all that stuff. I would like to end this just about how I started it, by introducing myself. My name is Micah. I don't know who I was feeling like, but I called myself the Unmatchable One. That's my YouTube channel name. And I am on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Last time I checked, we have 1,905 subscribers. And I hope and dream that we can get to 2,000 subscribers at least by the end of the year. It's possible by the end of the summer, but there's also a chance that that doesn't happen. But at the end of the year, I think it's an attainable goal. And with all your help, we can do it. And if we do, in this crazy, weird reality, make it to be a bigger YouTube channel, amongst the likes of people I idolize in that creation thing with Santi Zap, Brandon, Vibe, then you guys will be the OGs if you subscribe now. So that's all I got to say. Thank you all. I'm going to go eat a very pushed back lunch for this stream to happen. And yeah, much love to everyone. God bless and thank you all. Yeah, I'm out. New videos coming soon. New streams coming soon. Nico, you want to come over here real quick? Or you can hear him. We have a video coming out soon with money on the line. Playing 1 second of each WWE theme song. Stay tuned for that. More to come. Yeah, we'll see what the future looks like for this channel. Hope you're a part of it. That's it. God bless. I'm out. Thank you for all the W streams, by the way. I appreciate that. And everyone who subscribed. Thank you, DJ Money. Thank you all that. Yeah. Am I live tomorrow? You never know. Maybe. Maybe. Not as long, but maybe I'll find some time to do it. If I wake up early enough or something. I don't know. We'll see. We're out.